Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Sheffield match reaction in where we got embarrassed. Now, if you're new, subscribe, do all those things, the like, the comments, whatever. Let's get straight into it. Because if you're a United fan and you're upset, no worries, I'm here for you. I'll put my arm around your shoulder. Because all I'm going to say is, I told you so. I told you so. I didn't want to be proven right. I knew the shithousing results would come to an end. It's come to an end. It's come to an end. That team was more than capable of beating Sheffield. But they were shite today. Tactics, shite today. Sheffield 100% deserved to win that game. And we just couldn't house our way through another W. Am I really mad? Not really, because I knew we weren't really in a title race. I mean, we were, but I didn't expect us to win the title. It's not the end of the world. I am very disappointed because it's the same old mistakes. I always said, what did I say when Oli was under pressure of getting sacked and the Pochettino news came out? Wouldn't surprise me one bit we go on a run. An insane run. What did we do? We went on an insane run. Then what happens? Comes crumbling down when it matters the most. When things start mattering the most. This is the second half of the season. And we've started it the way we started the beginning of the season. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. So I'm not mad. I'll be honest with you. I'm not mad. I'm obviously mad that we got embarrassed by Sheffield. But I'm not mad in the sense of the bigger picture. Because I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to come to this point. And yeah. For all you guys though, I'm not saying you and Moloto. I'm saying for any viewers, anyone who were really, excited, gassed, where we were. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is the United of new. It's not the United of old. But anyways, it is what it is. Boys, let's get into it. What are you guys' thoughts on the game?
I'm struggling to organize my thought process. It's just all over the place. Disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. That's just the best way to describe it, really. Against Sheffield, it's very unacceptable. Like I wasn't expecting it whatsoever. I was expecting at worst a draw because it can happen. But yeah, today was really, really bad, and we couldn't get away with it again. We couldn't go back behind and do it. And you can imagine one way or another was going to catch up with us at some place. I would have thought it'd be against a bigger team, but it happens against the basement boys, which is very, very disappointing. And look, Sheffield defensively they were amazing, top class, but going forward they weren't that great, to be honest. Yes, they looked brave on the ball, but they didn't really do much. They didn't score from open play. We shot ourselves more on the foot today. It was our fault. And what I saw today is complacency. Complacency was the theme of today in this club, and it ruined us. I don't know if we went in this game thinking we're gonna win because we're top of the table.
That's
and
what
we're
I think.
the last team in the table, and it kind of did seem like it because we just never really got going. And what I also didn't like is that I saw a problem that has been there, but because of our tempo, we've kind of been third. We struggled to get behind Sheffield's defense, which was a very prominent problem for a very long time. I think maybe start of the season, but I saw it today again. Like we would retain the ball really well in the middle of the park, but when it came to the final third, just getting behind the defense, just that final ball was a really big problem. And finally, today I saw we can't really trust Taylors and Tanzwebe. That's what I saw today, to be completely honest, because Tanzwebe has been poor. He has never been the complete article. I think defensively today, he ruined us. And Tanzwebe, again, deflection. I think he did the exact same thing against Leicester City, if I'm not mistaken. Again, there's a deflection. We drop points because of him. And yeah, it's just very disappointing, really.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think I just have to start by saying this. Shoni, I told you so. Immediately. What was it, 3 shows ago, more or less? We were saying the luck's going to run out and we're going to stop and we're going to see the issues at this club.
Did we
again.
say it on a show? Or did we just tell
Yeah,
them?
I think we said it on a show. Pretty sure.
I hope we said it on a show.
I hope we said it on a show.
We probably did, yeah. We probably did say it on
Because we've been saying this. We've been very lucky with the goals we've been getting. We've had to rely on screamers. We've had to rely on free kicks. We've had to rely on penalties. Predominantly. I'm not saying we don't get the goal that comes into the final third. But just... It runs out. It just runs out, and we can't keep going with this. And like you said, we have a problem breaking down defenses. We've had a problem breaking down defenses since last season. We've never been able to get through and push through that defensive line. So we avoid it. And we never look like we're actually going to be a threat. Aaron was darting down that right-hand side. He should have got 2 assists today.
Aaron was
In all
actually,
honesty.
yeah, he was very
He was
good today.
fantastic offensively. Defensively, he did his job just fine. Aaron was great today. That was a big positive that I saw. And that we were actually trying to play with him. It was really good, and you should have walked away with an assist at the very least. It's very much unacceptable, the finishing and the standard of not chasing that ball when it is in that 18-yard area. Because we created the chances to win this game. It was very much us shooting ourselves in the foot. You're very right in saying that. But it's a lack of... Also, we don't know how to play this tactic. We went to dominate possession and mainly use our wingers and wing backs. And we didn't do that at all efficiently today. We never played the normal counter-attacking, fast-paced football. We never, ever tried that today. We didn't even try a single 1-2 that I could recall. I was constantly waiting for that 1-2. It just never came. We played a tactic we have not practiced today. And it didn't work. It looked good, just because we were dominating possession. We had all the stats in our favor. It looked good in that regard. But nothing came of it. And I think we saw some of the worst performances from Michael Martial today. It was very poor from him. Very, very little productive. Took an early knock, which I doubt helped his confidence. It just was very poor from that regard. And just the defensive unit as a whole, Tellers is very unreliable. And this game right here shows why Axel shouldn't be in first-team contention yet.
But it was the right decision to play them today.
It definitely was. It definitely was the right decision today. I would never argue against playing with Axel and Maguire or Baye and Maguire.
What we've learned though, what's scary now is that
Yeah.
if you can't trust Lindelof and you can't, well, Lindelof, Maguire, and you can't trust, Twanzebe and Maguire, and you can only trust Baye and Maguire, and Baye is an injury-prone player, which we said. Boys, we are in
What
trouble.
happened to Lindelof? Why wasn't he playing today?
Rest.
Ollie's
probably.
choice.
Yeah, probably rest. as
Ollie's
well.
choice.
Protect him.
And you can get it because it is Sheffield with it.
No, yeah, I don't have problems
I
with
thought
the
it
team
was a fine
today. This team should beat Sheffield. Easy.
Any day of the week. Yeah.
Should. And look, there's not time or place to defend all his tactics, but you know where I stand with how we play. And honestly, I think we are not the best in terms of creativity in the final third. But I will defend Ollie into saying enough. We do enough, we create enough chances. I honestly think so. I honestly think today was more complacency than tactics. I think a lot of our players weren't on at the top point of the pitch.
I think
Yes,
it's both.
definitely.
I think it's both.
Yeah, it's definitely both. I agree with that. It's both. But this has been something that's been a long time
It's
running.
been-
Our
yeah.
front three hasn't been firing.
The thing is also, let's say we won this game, right? After we scored the 1-1 and we won it again. We would have sat here again saying, amazing form we are in, but we shithoused it again, boys. When is it going to come to an end? Or when are we just going to walk teams over? When can we watch a Sheffield game or a game of this magnitude and just be relaxed? Be like, you know what, boys,
Look,
I trust you. Go get the win. You can never do that. Any United game. No United game.
I'm gonna sound a little like Marcus here because he said this before, or something like this. But I feel like as long as we're winning, that's all that matters. And yes, as much as we didn't get enough chances, we got screwed over by Telles and Tunzeba today, mostly. If they do their job, we don't probably lose this game. So for me, that's the bigger problem than anything else. And if we had marched on, if they had done the job, we would have just kept marching on. And at the end of the season, it doesn't matter how you did it, just you did it. And I just think the blame is more on them.
I think
I
that's a
don't
bit unfair on them because Axel reached for a header, just misses it, goes in the
Not
back
that
of the
goal,
net.
the
Is that
second
really
goal.
his fault?
The second goal, not
No,
the
I'm
first goal.
still saying. Was that him?
The first
at
goal
all?
is De Gea.
Because he
The
didn't
second
really do
goal-
much.
The first goal is De Gea. The second goal is his fault because it's a deflection of him.
It is his fault,
Can you really
technically.
do
But
much about
even
that?
then, I'll
Yeah.
get it when I speak to
The thing
Twanzebe.
is,
Maguire bottled it, De Gea bottled it, then Twanzebe bottled
annoys
it.
me-
Everyone in that defense let Sheffield pass it in our box freely.
I don't think
There
everyone.
were four
I don't think
players,
everyone.
four
What's the-
Sheffield players could have had a shot, and before that deflection went in. 4 players. That's not good
What
enough.
annoys me is that why is it him again? He played one game against Leicester City. He doesn't play after that ever since. He plays again and he does the exact same mistake. Nah, that's bullshit. Honestly, that's bullshit.
But the same things can be said about Lindelof. When Lindelof and Maguire play, they can get you that result, but they will get a mistake as well. Baye, you could
Yeah,
get
but
you a
in a
penalty.
losing game, to be fair to them, in recent games they've been brilliant, and Bailly has been
Well,
outstanding.
Lindelof hasn't really
So,
been playing in recent games.
He's
been on
he
and
played
off.
against Liverpool, did you not? Played against Liverpool. Did he not play against Burnley? Not Burnley, against Fulham.
He didn't play the game before Liverpool. He played both of the
He
Liverpool
played both
fixtures.
Liverpool games.
True. But in the last 2 games,
And
he
look,
played
and look
them.
at, and I know we
He's
won the
shown
one
that he
Liverpool
can be
game.
reliable.
He kept the clean sheet, then he concedes 2 goals. We at United
Yeah.
average conceding 2 goals a game. That is ridiculous.
fair, that's
Unless
fair.
it's Bailly and Maguire,
but-
we are conceding 2 goals a game on average. That is
No,
ridiculous.
That's a valid point. That's a valid point. But I just feel like the blame is directly.
And I
on
tell you what,
Tennis
Malot, I
and
tell you what.
Conservative.
There's things I learned today
still
with
feel like
United.
it's very hard,
Things
but
that are constantly.
Yeah.
One, we can never defend set pieces, right? That's a tactic.
Yep,
that's
agreed.
not everything. That's the one. Two, we can never properly play passing football, and it clearly shows that we try to do things until we go to the long ball. We cannot play passing football. Three is that we're conceding the freaking 2 goals at the back. So our strikers can only do so much, and our midfield can only do so much to get 3 goals every bloody game to get us out of trouble. You know? 4, all these substitutions are ridiculously bad. Always. These are 4 constant things. No matter whether we play well or whether we don't play well. Those are 4 consistent things with United. And that's not good enough.
I hear you, but I really 100% only agree with the defending. Yes, our defending is poor. Set pieces, it has been horrible over the whole season. I think over the last few games, it's slightly better, but it has been horrible over the.
It's not been better. It's
And
been
offensively-
overshadowed by us winning
Yes.
results. That's what it's been.
I
Because
haven't
when
seen us
you,
concede,
if
how many goals did we concede from set pieces though in the last few?
I don't know. I don't have the facts.
Could be
for that.
wrong, but
I don't have the
from
fact.
what I've
But
realized, from
before,
what I've
like,
noticed,
I'll take you this. Before, if we go 4 games away, every week you go ask my dad. He will tell you this. Every week I'm sitting there. That's 1 week we conceded from a corner. Second week we conceded from a corner. Third week
I
we
get
conceded
you.
from a
I've-
corner.
we've
Fourth
talked
week
about
it
this on
went
the show
up
before.
to 8 weeks in a row we conceded from a corner. 8 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, we've talked about this before. It has been a problem, but
And
I
it's still
could
not
be wrong,
fixed.
But I do feel like over the last few, it's not fixed. But on that goal specifically, I think that's De Gea's fault, not really our zonal marking thing. If he's gonna
To
come
be
up
fair
with
today, I
it,
actually
he
thought it was
has
a
to be
foul. Because if the one that the first goal Maguire scored was, if that was a foul, why wasn't the one a foul?
It's
So,
just,
I mean,
it's just
just
some
to-
people just didn't do their jobs properly today. And yes, I guess
Everyone,
that's a problem
I think everyone
because-
didn't do their job today. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Mason Greenwood for me personally, we'll get to them later. But those are the only 2. That right hand side was the only
Yeah, no,
people
fair.
for me.
In terms of forward, it was complacency, and defensively, I think Tellez is bad defensively. He's really, really bad. And
I disagree.
I don't know.
with
I
that.
just
Well,
feel like
I don't think Tellez was a liability defensively. He made one mistake this entire 90 minutes. Well, until he got subbed, obviously.
no.
He made one mistake and
I
he made
didn't
about
think-
4 recoveries.
I
He was
didn't
really
think it
solid.
was that great,
He was
to be honest.
decent. He evened out to an average score. I was paying attention to this because I know how shit he is. He made one mistake and he made like 3 or 4 vital recoveries that won us back the ball. Like he had, isn't
honestly, I didn't
terrible.
see it. I won't lie to you. I didn't see it.
I seen a
thought
few
that side
recoveries.
was
I
bad.
wouldn't say
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he made enough recoveries to even it out for me. But that's just from what I see.
No.
For me, it was
And I
Taylor's
hear
he's
you,
no
I hear you,
look.
but honestly, I didn't see it.
And what I will say to
And-
Maloto, to be fair to Maloto, we said this team is definitely they should be beating Sheffield. But what did
Yeah,
Maloto also say? Maloto also said, as crazy as it sounds, if you don't have like 2 of our first team players, it just shows how calamity this team is. It's just calamity.
You know, we are reliant on we're reliant on.
Which shouldn't be the case though. And that's not even the players' fault. That's fucking Ollie. Why isn't this team drilled? Why? I don't know. This should be a dub, boys. I'm sorry to sound disrespectful to Sheffield. I'm sorry, but this is a dub every day of the week if you're
Yeah.
Manchester United. If you're in a title race,
Yeah,
this is
no.
a dub every day of the week. You close your eyes. You close your eyes.
And like you said, we created enough chances to make it a dub. And complacency let us down.
Look,
Tactics let us down.
at-
Players let us down.
At the end of the day, this is yes, I'll say more players to be honest. But at the end of the day, this is a very poor result. I can't mask that because I think Olive's doing well. This is a very poor result. This is the worst we can do. But I'm not gonna then turn and say, it's over because we are still in a decent position. We are still in the place to go on and try to recover from this. But at the end of the day, playing like this is not gonna get anywhere to a title.
these runs where we keep on going on the run and keep on losing, that you can't do that to win a title. You just can't. You win the title by being the most consistent. So whoever's the most consistent wins the title. And that's basic. You know, it's not like a cup thing where, you know, maybe you have a cup run and then you win stuff. You know, a title is different. So that's the only reason I'm upset. And that's the only reason I've stuck with being Oli out. Because I know he can do this. This is nothing new to me. How did Oli get the job in the first place? Went on a run. Then the contract signed, downhill. Then a run. Downhill. Then a run. And I'm not saying this is a downhill. This is just a blip. You know, it's a big freaking rock. You hit the rock in the middle of the road. It's flat. Flat. Dead. We died today.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's either about, are we going to stay dead or we're going to bounce back? That's, you know, that's just the main question. So we're not out of it, and like I said, I'm not mad because for me, we were never in a title race. I mean, I don't know. Let me rephrase it. We were never winning the title. For me, we were never winning the title. We were in a title race. We still are in a title race, but we were never winning the title. So for me, that's why the only reason I'm like, I expected it, to be honest. And Clive Clayton also, to be fair, expected this. We didn't expect it to beat Sheffield.
Okay.
Let me not say that I expect Sheffield to beat us. No. We all predicted Sheffield.
No.
We were going to smack Sheffield.
That's
But
what makes it worse. I thought we were gonna thump them today, so that's a massive reality check. But I think offensively, I think as much as I think it is more the players today, I think they could have been on it. But there's the thing as well: when the players aren't on it, if they have a very defined way of, then that can help them. So if we want to take it all the way back, you can say at the base of it, if we have better offensive tactics, we might have gotten out of this. But yeah, I'm just going to be very skeptic now by playing Telles and Axel in the league, honestly. Very skeptic.
I'm very skeptic. Let me save it for later. Because it's going to be emotional. It's going to be emotional, boys. I can't lie to you. It's going to be emotional. But anyways, yeah, I think those are the definite tactic points. We'll talk more about tactics, whatever, because it just generally speaks in when we do the player ratings. So let's get into the player ratings. I'm starting with, obviously, Dev Dea. Unfortunate as a goalkeeper. Man, if you're a goalkeeper for United, you ain't getting no clean sheets. No clean sheets for United. The first goal, I thought he was fouled, but bloody hell, we know this is De Gea's weakness. If you put bodies on De Gea, he's probably likely going to fumble and you will score a goal. I know this. I can tell you. And like I said, we went on 8 games in a row where we conceded from a corner because we zonal mark and people just flood there. Right, we know that. Second goal, him and Maguire, I don't know what they were doing. No clue on earth why not one of them booted the ball out. So that was just disappointing. Other than that, it's sad because De Gea has been on such good form. And, you know, the goals today, I know the first one is definitely more his fault. The second one I actually feel is actually more his fault because, you know, why didn't you put it? Like, why didn't you put it? Why didn't Maguire put it? Why is there no clear communication between you and Maguire? It also seems like another common theme. So for me, just a 4. You consider 2 goals to Sheffield or 4?
Yeah, no. If you're gonna come out like that as a Manchester United keeper, not get the, it's your fault. So 1.
Where's my coke? I thought I was pretty much.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I imagine. I thought it was really bad, but I think a 4 is probably justified the most at this point because it's 1.5 to 2 mistakes at this point that can very harshly be judged on him. For both those goals, so I think it's deserved at this point.
Okay, moving on. This one I feel like we're going to be very decisive. Tell us, let me start with the positives. Second half, he was a lot better. I thought it was a lot better. He got an assist. However, he is nowhere near the standard of Luke Shaw is at the moment. Nowhere near. Defensively, I am shit scared of Telles defensively. I can't trust him. It's almost like if Telles, Maguire, Lindelof, or Lindelof/Tonzebe has to play, it's weakness everywhere. It's just fucking weakness everywhere. You know, I am shit scared of him defensively. And in the Premier League, we've seen it even with Liverpool lately, you know. If he's not on it going forward, Trent's no defensive maestro. And Liverpool are getting punished these days. Liverpool are getting punished. But it was the right choice to play Telles today. And he should be more disappointed in himself than we are as fans. Because if you cannot take your chance to step up to the plate against Sheffield United, boy, you do not deserve to wear a Manchester United shirt. Simple as that, straightforward. Whether you're a new signing, whether you're not a new signing, those are the levels if you want to play for Manchester United. And I feel like players, some coaches, some managers, some fans have forgotten about the standards at this club. So that is a disgrace. And I gave him a 5 for an assist. If he didn't get the assist, I'll probably give him like a 3, to be honest.
Look, maybe Clayton can put out the stats and give me the lowdown on what he did, because I didn't see it. I thought there was a gaping hole on that side, defensively, and offensively he did absolutely nothing except for the assist. So I don't know. I'm gonna give him a 4.5.
Okay.
Well, Alex Telles had a 93% pass completion, 9 crosses, 3 long balls, 1 long ball misplaced, 2 key passes. Really good offensively, stat-wise. Made 7 recoveries and 1 in aerial. So I think that says enough about his contribution to the entire game. I still don't think he had a pleasant game, and for me, he only evens out to a 6, in my opinion. It wasn't good enough for him. But that assist pushes him over to a 6, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the assist today heavily saved him for me today. Heavily saved him today. And the other one, this next one also, again, is so sad. This man had 2 goals today, boys. This man had 2 goals today. I was ready. I was like, you know what, Maguire, fuck, you've done it again, boy. I was ready to pull out stops. I was like, I'm going to give you a 10 if we win this game. I'll give you a 10 again. But then, the second goal we conceded. My days. Oh, my days, fam. Oh, my days. How you didn't kick that ball out and that back pass to De Gea. Oh, my. I wanted to kill it. I was like, there we go. There's classic Harry Maguire. And like I said, same with Telles. Shite. I thought Maguire was shite, after that. And it's unfortunate because you should have had 2 goals. I really do think you should have 2 goals. And I think, to beat it to the even, you conceded 2 goals, but you also got a goal. So I'm just going to go straight down the middle, give him a 5. And yeah, that's all I've got to say with Harry Maguire.
Yeah, I think a really nice goal. We've been waiting for that. And he scores it, but sadly,
it means nothing.
Horrible timing. And I think a lot of his game was decent. He won a lot in the air. He made some good tackles, but some telling moments. And that goal, that moment where he didn't clear the ball, as you say, was very telling. And you're a defender. It's your job. And we conceded because of that. So I'm going to give him a 3.
Nice. That's my boy.
I fully agree with Melissa. I've up until the point before the rating, I will say that. I fully agree with it. I think Maguire had a really good game overall, and that goal just was the cherry on top. Then he goes
and that's the problem. That's Harry Maguire for you. That's fucking Harry Maguire for you.
That's the sad part. Yeah, he should have done better in that situation. But again, it could also just be put on De Gea for not actually booting out, like you said. I think the responsibility shared a little bit there, so I'm not going to be too harsh on Maguire. I'm going to be that nice guy for this game because I thought he was good, and I was going to give him a high rating. It still feels very bad giving him this, but
remember, consider
7.
7.
The goal pushes. The goal pushes it very high.
Nah, as they say, whenever in doubt, get rid of it. It's as simple as that. And we end up conceding because of that. So you could defend it. It's your job, mate. So
yes,
you have to pay for it. A 7.
A 7.
Nah, mate.
I also don't know about this one.
I'm sorry, I think Harry Maguire, with that goal alone.
I know that goal,
but he's not a striker.
The performance, not a striker. Yes, but this man is supposed to be our target in the box, and he's been failing to do that this entire season. He is the target, and he scored it.
His number 1 job is to make sure that they don't score, and we can at least get a point. He did not do that today.
If he won the game 2-1, I would give him a 7. Yes. I would give him a 7. But he conceded 2 goals, and that second goal we conceded. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I want you to.
I feel like it's just really unfair on Maguire's overall contributions to the game because of one mistake. That's my issue. I get where you're coming from, that he does deserve a lower rating, but his overall contribution was much higher to what he did. He was the only player who did anything productive. Let's put it that way. He's the only player who scored a goal in this team. He's the only player who got there.
I don't care if Rashford's making some other Superman tackles. If you're not scoring, if you're not crossing, if you're not making impact going forward, you're an attacker. So I'm going to give you a bad rating. And he cost us at the back, so he deserves a bad rating.
Yeah, but you know what's nice? If Rashford gets a nice tackle and gets a goal on top of that, that sounds pretty nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. If Maguire doesn't concede those
let's do his fucking job first.
Scores. I'll probably give him 8.
You know what this is, bro?
Honestly.
You know what this is? He gave us the cherry today, and I'm like, where's the cake? He's like, yeah, about that.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
okay, fine. I'll just, okay. I mean, I don't know how to do the cherry, but thank you.
But again, he was probably the only positive in this team today,
Aye,
next
for
to
me.
Aaron, in my opinion.
For me, that
It was
right
him and Aaron.
side was the only positive, and yeah, I'll
Yeah.
leave it there. But
So I do think
very
it's
interesting,
deserved,
very
but I do
interesting.
think I want to be a bit nice, so I'll leave it like that.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments, I think. Wow, I've never seen ratings far from different. 2 points between each rating, there's no race. Okay. Axel. Now this one is one of the emotional things because I really do rate Axel. I want him to succeed. Yeah, you would be my second choice. You'd be my third choice at max. And then he does that. Do I really blame him? No. But does he have a reputation of doing this like over and over? Yes, he does have a reputation of doing this. Other than that, now the way Clay feels about Maguire is probably the way I feel about Axel. But I'm not having it today. I'm fucking pissed. You conceded 2 goals against Sheffield. And that deflection, even though I know it's extremely harsh on you, it's like, what can you do? What can you do? So I'm just going to leave it at a 4. It's just heartbreaking. Axel Tuanzebe's performance is just heartbreaking, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was, I'm not going to even say mixed bag. It was more bad than it is good. I think there was a period between the second half starting and to that mistake where he kind of recovered. Tackles are good, the positional sense was good, but in the first half, everything that was good in that period was crap, and I just felt like he was all over the place. He didn't look like he knew what he was doing, and with that and this mistake, I guess it's hard, but like it's the second time he's doing it. Maybe he needs to focus more. I don't know, because I feel like at times in this game he was just all over the place. He didn't look very well. So I'm gonna give him a 2.
I feel like he's a B-Tech buy too. That's what I thought he was. He was a B-Tech buy.
Yeah, to an extent.
I've seen him so much better. I've seen him
No,
be
yeah,
confident.
We've seen this guy pocket Mbappe and Neymar at the same time. So
today he looked like a combination of Bayern and Lindelof. And he made some other outrageous tackle in the first half.
yeah, I remember that. I thought it was going to be a red, to be honest. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a red. But
Yeah, so I just don't think Axel had that great of a game. But I don't think it was that terrible thing. It just felt like he was the man in the wrong place at the wrong time for both of those goals. And I just really feel for the guy. Because I don't think he was too bad this game overall. But the involvement or the non-involvement for the first goal.
For the goals,
yeah. For me, I think if you combine everything besides the mistakes, probably for me ending at a 5. But I feel like once he made that mistake, it drops drastically.
Yeah. No, I understand your rating. I completely understand your rating.
Yeah, definitely. I just think I'm going to go with you, Shawnee. Have the 4.
Now,
it's really unfortunate.
This for me is the biggest sufferer today. Now, now you know it's sad when I'm saying Aaron Wan-Bissaka is one of probably for me second best player today, because defensively, he had nothing to do with anything, nothing. Going forward, this guy he was a G. He was an absolute G today. Everyone makes fun of him going forward. Today he was the man. You know, him and Greenwood today were the man. You know. But as I always say, you live by the what? No, you live by the sword. You die by the sword. You conceded 2 goals at the end of the day, so I'm gonna give you a 5, and I think it's fair because I thought your performance was that insane, but like I said, Taylor still got an assist, Maguire still got a goal, so I'm just gonna give you a 5. Feels bad, Aaron.
I feel about that.
If you want,
I feel
it's bad. Yeah, no, I expect you to give a high rating. Yeah.
Yeah, how I feel about that. I just feel like he wasn't really involved much in this. Honestly, I think Wan-Bissaka did his job today. Offensively, was great, and he hasn't been like that for a very long time. He was very prominent, and defensively, he made a couple of tackles. So I think he was good today. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. Another match.
I'm proud of you, to be honest. I don't want to do it, but I'm glad you did it. Yeah, what we saying?
Yeah, I very much said that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is probably our best player tonight. I have no issue with giving the man of the match award there. So I'll probably agree, and he was definitely our best player going forward. He was our most productive. Should have walked away with an assist. at the very least, just a singular one. And yeah, I think I'm going to tie the 7. I'm just going to give him the man of the match.
Man of the match, well, from you guys. 7.
Yeah. And just from a tactic side, the reason Aaron was so involved is because we didn't use Shaw. We completely neglected the left side, if you guys noticed that.
Which is crazy. You would
Completely
say
neglected.
you'd never do that.
Yeah.
Like, why would you neglect
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes,
Our
yeah.
creative win back is there, and we're not using him whatsoever.
We're using him as a
Yeah,
dummy.
sure, go. Yeah, exactly. It's so weird.
Yeah, that tactic is suspect.
Prioritize
Also,
down
but
the
yeah,
right.
it could have worked. It could have worked today, but suspect.
No, it should have worked today. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it should have worked. But anyways, yeah.
Honestly,
feels bad for Aaron.
I just feel so weird about Taylor's going forward, honestly, because I feel like he's
Oh,
always there.
I don't know. I also don't know yet. I also don't know. You get the numbers. Yeah, you get the numbers. And you know, I like stat padders, but this is like a stat padder where it's like, oh my lord, but you're still bad. You know, it's like I can't.
It's like, oh, he crossed 10 times the game.
You know what it's like? If Trent puts in 86 crosses, yeah, it's like Trent putting in 86 crosses. They're all missing, hitting Rosette, but then 87 assists, and that's what it was like. That's how I felt like watching Liverpool last season. Which is Robo Trent putting aimless crosses, but then one will work, and then another one will work. And it's like, okay, fine. They're just whooping it in. The more you put it in, the more it's soon to come. It's soon to come. But anyways, yeah, we move. Now, yeah.
Before we move on, I just feel like Shaw suits how he played it. I feel like sometimes him cutting into the midfield, his overlapping runs, his communication,
his chemistry with the team.
So
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just the general
with
chemistry with
Telles,
the team.
It just looks like a player who has the ability to do that, but is not really in the right tactical setting or playing style to do it, and he just looks so out of place.
Feels bad for Telles, but I also, all you guys disrespect Luke Shaw. There you go. There you go. This is exactly why I'm just, the disrespect on Luke Shaw. Please behave. Please behave. But anyways, move on. Matt, now, this man. Yeah. Dead. Today I think he killed the midfield. I won't lie to you. I thought he killed the midfield. Defensively, he actually got shouted a lot more than Matic usually does, which I don't like. I thought him, again, being in midfield, I don't like having a slow midfielder in the team, because that means, you know what Paul Pogba has to do? Hold your fucking hand again. That's exactly what he has to do. He has to hold your hand and stay a bit more further back now. The whole line is just deeper now. And I don't like that. Passing, I don't know what you do besides backwards and sideways passes, and it wants me to rip my own head off. That's why I wanted Declan Rice. That's why I want an Ndidi. Even that's why I don't even fucking mind Fred. He might not be as defensively as great as Matic, but I know what I'm going to get with Fred. And I think Fred, again, another player that shows if Fred is not in this team, that's over. He's the engine of that midfield. So Matic was our engine today, and that engine just expired, man. You need the service, it's time to go, it's overdue, the kilometers, the mileage on it is just, it's too much. Not Matic's fault. He made the best recovery I've ever seen from a player, especially I don't think his time at United is done. I think he's a very important player. But today, surely you'd bet today who's going to turn up against Sheffield United. And if you're not going to turn up against Sheffield United, when are you going to turn up? So for me, just a standard for Matic, I thought was very below a Matic standard that we used to see.
It's weird. I think maybe in terms of ball and forward passes, he can improve in that regard. But in terms of CDM play, I think he does his job okay. He retains the ball well, he's good defensively, and he made 2 really good blocks today. So, yeah, there are some elements of his game he's lost because he's lost pace. But I honestly think he did his job today. I didn't expect much more from him. So I thought he did a good game. I'm going to give him 6.5.
Yeah. I don't think Matic was bad either. I agree with you. I don't think he had a bad game whatsoever. I just thought it could have been a bit better, especially when we're losing like that. So you expect a lot more from him, and yeah, just want to do better. I don't understand why he played as long as he did, the full 90. I don't get it. He's old. He's at the end of his career. This is not the man you play 90 minutes when you're trading a goal more than anything else. I don't get why
it
you
if we're
do
like
that.
3 and up, yeah, freaking just play the whole 90. But
yeah, exactly. Like if we're winning a game, keep Matic on. That makes perfect sense. But we're trading a goal the entire game. and we're just comfortable playing Matic the entire game. I don't get that personally, and I think that shows Matic's flaws a lot because he can't quite handle that. I think at this point, he's starting to show the weakness going that full 90. He's starting to show less and less the longer he's in this game. He doesn't have the stamina of everyone else around him in this league. So I don't think it's too bad a reflection on Matic. I just think he could have done better, especially in this situation. So I'm going to meet him in the middle 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is what it is with Matic. Do I blame Oli again for playing Matic today? No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I expected way better performances from these two, and we
I
just
blame
didn't
Ali
get
for
it.
not subbing him.
Yeah, I blame Oli for not subbing
That's
him.
what
In our position that we're in, what the hell is going on? But yeah, I blame him for not subbing him earlier. But anyways, Paul Pogba was so weird. I was ready to give Paul Pogba man of the match after 20 minutes. I was ready. I was full sending Paul Pogba man of the match.
Did you man disappeared?
And then
Not 20 minutes, 2 minutes.
Ah.
It was like 2 minutes.
No,
Oh.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
Defensively,
it was about 15, I'll be honest, yeah.
Paul Pogba I think has been the best he's ever been. At United. I still think today, defensively, it wasn't the best we've seen today. He made like 2 mistakes today, which we know he can do. I still thought he was pretty good. The passing today, it was good while he was there. Then after the 20 minutes, like I said, I didn't hear Paul Pogba once. I didn't hear Paul Pogba's name once. And I don't know. Like I said, I feel like Paul, he needs an engine next to him. He needs an engine. Even Scott, even with Scott, even though Paul Pogba has to hold his hand, I know Scott can at least run around. This is no engine. Because now Paul Pogba has to do a lot of running, which he's normally not used to doing. But now you have to double it because he's got Matic. So I didn't like that. And yeah, 5 for me. And I hold Paul Pogba, obviously, in the higher standard. So this is a Paul Pogba 5.
Yeah, ne? When Janique's asking for Scots, there you know it's going down. It was more 10-15 where he looked like he was going to win the match. He looked like he was a run the game.
I was ready. I was even ready. I was
goals,
writing down my
hat
notes.
trick.
I'm like, look at the defensive tackle there. It's like, look at that pass. I was like, yeah,
Dude.
look at the engine, look at the work rate. Then I didn't hear Paul Pogba after 20
Dude.
minutes. I didn't hear his name once.
Oh.
Dude, after that he fell off a cliff, disappeared. I didn't see anything. When he got the ball, it was just side to side. He tried spread it, but it wasn't really productive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think a bad game in a very long time. So I'm gonna give him a 5.
Yeah. Today, I watched the highs and lows of Paul Pogba just in 30 minutes.
And like
not
30
even.
minutes. Yeah.
Like 30 minutes, I watched all the highs and lows of Paul Pogba. He gave the ball away like 5 times. He had magical passes, great defensive, and then he just got tackled the ball off very easily. And then other times you'd turn 5 men, and then you'd lose a 1-on-1.
Hey, yeah, it was probably at that point when Paul Pogba did that. And I'm like, hey, that's a foul. And then he gets up and he's like, he skins 5 players. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, and then
I
he
was like,
loses a
wow.
1-on-1 in the very next play. It's like, what is Paul Pogba at this game? He's like showing his best and his worst before the halves even started, really. It's mad what this game was for him. And then he just disappeared.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
genuinely did not hear his name once. I did not
That's what I'm
see
saying.
show.
I didn't hear his name, so I can't even tell you what he did after 20 minutes.
Man might as well have been Scott McTominay. He just disappeared.
Exactly.
He literally may as well have just been Scott. He did nothing
We didn't get
today
this guy the
overall.
ball. Yeah, this guy just didn't get the ball.
He literally may as well have not played, honestly. And this is a game where you've had the luxury of, and if we're losing, you sub him on. Still a bit iffy on that for team selection-wise, because Pogba's been playing non-stop, and he's very injury-prone, and we always have our concerns about injury-prone players, and Ollie just goes, nah, they're fine, go. And yeah, so I'll be a little bit harsh just because I've been very nice overall. I'll go for...
Wow. That's just because Clayton doesn't like Pogba. Wow.
Exactly, that's the only reason. He gets a little stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's unfortunate for Paul Pogba because, like I said, after 20 minutes, boy, I was ready for giving you man of the match. Yeah. I was gonna full send the agenda. Bruno could have scored 3 goals, and I was gonna full send your agenda, full send it. But yeah, anyways, speaking of Bruno Fernandes, again, same with Paul Pogba. I think this man didn't get the ball enough today. They just didn't get the ball enough today, and when he got the ball, I don't think Bruno made a pass. Fuck, I don't think he could have made a pass today. Every time I see Bruno at the ball, ding, defend, ding, defend, ding, defend. But I don't really blame him because that's his job, to be honest with you. If Bruno doesn't do anything, Bruno doesn't do anything. And then there was one time where Martial gave the ball, and then the Sheffield were going, they threw on goal. You know who was running at the back? Bruno Fernandes was running, and he made the tackle. So you'll always get work rate with Bruno Fernandes. You'll always get intelligence with Bruno Fernandes. You'll always get maturity and leadership. So again, I hold Bruno Fernandes the same way I hold Pogba. High stand, like insane, like best of the world standards. So it's a Bruno 5 for me. I mean, Bruno, if he doesn't get a goal and assist, he's probably gonna get a 6. So it's like, that shit's crazy.
You know, it's a Bruno 5, as you'd say. I think if Lingard played the way he played today, I'd be tempted to 7 because I think second half I thought he was much better.
Yeah.
I thought he was getting on the ball. I thought he was trying to make things happen, but overall, it just wasn't at the standards that we're used to, and it just didn't. Well, the final product wasn't there, so I have to agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's very cut and dry, Bruno. He should have walked away with something at the end of this game, and he was so close to. And it was genuinely just our luck running out with Bruno as well. It just wasn't.
Yeah,
his
Bruno
game.
can, guys, I've said it. Bruno can only carry us so far. And if we had to win the league, I'm pushing it. Bruno is the reason we won the league. I will not have it.
Exactly. It's going to be called the Bruno Fernandes Stadium soon at this rate.
I'll call it Bruno Fernandes.
But he had a fantastic second half. I thought first half was a bit scrappy. He could have been on the ball a lot more, and it was lacking a lot. But Bruno overall was really good, and he was so close to carrying this team again. And it's really unfortunate for him that he didn't. I feel like the squandered chance
should have had
was...
an assist, actually.
Yeah, and a goal. I feel like he should have walked away with the goal. There was
that
that 1-2 with Martial, I think it was,
Oh,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
ran in, and it was a bit too
There
much.
was another
on
one
it.
before that.
Yeah.
It might have been a Maguire
He had a few
cross.
chances.
Might have
He had
been a
chances.
Maguire cross. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that great cross that he hit it over, and then Martial just missed
Yeah.
it.
There was one where he tried to go Martial and he missed it completely, and there was one that he actually got to Martial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Bruno should have walked away with something today. And again, like you said, if Lingard played this game, he'd be
They're
getting
probably
7
giving a
or
7,
8.
yeah.
That was a mad performance. But Bruno standards is definitely substandard, so a 5.
Feels bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
My standards are gonna kill you, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Claire, you're not, boy. I'm gonna go last on this one, boy. You go first, boy.
Rashi is it's a mixed bag a little bit. He should have scored, but besides that, he wasn't too involved in the game. It was one of those games where it was just a disappearing act from Rashford. As soon as Mason's sub happened, I was like, oh, he's switching sides. So we're going to see more involvement because we play a lot down the right hand side, and then nothing still. So I was very upset because, again, Rashford had a goal very early on in this game. Just put it to bed, and you could have just blown.
That could have been the difference. That could have been all we needed. Just a tap. And you know the worst thing? This is a fucking tap in. I was like, for once in my life, we're going to score a tap in, and I didn't go wide. I'm like, fuck.
Open goal, and he hits it wide.
Yes,
yeah. So I have to also be harsh on my boy. It was a 4 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, did he play?
But you sound. That's all I was gonna say about Rashford, and that's where I was gonna go to. Did Rashford actually play? And I leave it at 2.
Just like Pogba, boys.
I saw nothing. I saw some kind of flair moments with him trying to take on players from time to time, but besides that, there was no end product, no productivity. So I'm gonna agree with you too.
Alright. That feels bad. Feels bad. Okay, before I get to that, because that's too emotional. That was the emotional part I was talking about. Before I get there, I'm gonna go to Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood, to be honest with you boys, I mean, well, obviously you guys are gonna say have your say. I thought he was great. I thought he was our best forward without a doubt today. Even when Cavani came on, I thought Mason Greenwood was our best forward today. He had that drive today. He had his skills. He obviously didn't have the Mason Greenwood where everything in the world he shoots, he can shoot it towards our goal and bend towards, the opposition goal. But the positions he was in, great. He should have had a goal. That was the Bruno assist. He should have had that goal. I really expected Mason Greenwood to score that. I thought he went for the wrong type of finish personally. I would have went for, top corner, like, mid, just chip it over the keeper, power it. I wouldn't try to curl it around, but then again, that's just because I don't really go for that type of finish personally as a striker. But I thought he was our best forward today, and when I seen Ollie sub him off, I was about to pull out my hair because I was like, how is Martial and Rashford, who are shit and not doing anything the whole game on this game, still there? So I'm gonna give Mason a 6. This guy is still 19 years old and he was one of our best players today. Him and Aaron were the shining lights today. So I'm gonna give Mason Greenwood a 6, and he was my man of the match, which is sad, which is bloody sad.
I thought he was okay. I think for the first few minutes, very bright. He should have scored that. Like, if I could put anyone there in front of that, maybe Bruno. Because Bruno's Bruno, he can do anything. But if I could pick any player in our front three to take that shot, it would have been Mason Greenwood. And I was very surprised when he missed it. And yeah, I think for the first few he was good, but then for the rest, he was what I like to call disruptive. But I didn't really see much of an end product of what he was doing. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think he was probably our most confident forward, which is a nice thing to see for him because he was shooting
It's
quite a
great thing
lot.
to see. Yeah, I liked the way he played today.
I definitely like that he was shooting a lot. It felt like he was actually trying to get back into.
I
the
felt
goal
like he was
again.
gonna get our goal. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
I was like, if
I
we're
definitely
gonna
think
score,
so.
it's gonna be Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, but yeah, Mason Greenwood, he needs to just get that goal. He was so close. It was right there.
Then again,
And-
another player who's subject to his own, high standards.
A little bit, yeah. Exactly. Mason Greenwood is a renowned finisher in our club. He is
Anything he touches goes to
probably
goal. That's
the
what it's
best
like. That's what it feels like. If you see his leg extend, you're looking at the net instantly, thinking that's going in. That's
Yeah,
what it's like.
exactly. And it was just poor because only one of those shots really troubled Ramsdale and it was straight at him more or less.
Yeah, that was
So
massive.
yeah, so unfortunately it wasn't too much. But yeah, just a 5, substandard.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a 5 this. Yeah, I personally my man of the match, but that's also because I love the kid. I really do love the kid. I mean, and I'm happy to see him like this. I haven't seen Mason Greenwood be like this for long, and our team was dead today. So, yeah, Mason, you're still the youngest out of everyone in that squad. So you know what, it's okay. Let's come to this point, Chris. I think this must have been the lowest rating I've ever.
Did I miss something? I don't get why you're giving him -2. I feel like I missed something.
Well, let me talk to you about this one. Let me talk. This is gonna get deep now, boys. First of all, I think this is the lowest rating I've ever given Anthony Martial in my life, and I pray to God this is and I pray to God this is the lowest I give him, because I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I put my hand up. If you put your hand up, if you're a Martial FC, member, and I am. I'm probably the leader of Martial FC. It's time. It's time. It's time to go. It's time, Tony. I've had enough. I can't defend you anymore. I can't defend you. You're bloody awful at the moment. You can't finish anything. Today you couldn't pass. Your confidence is shot. There was no hold up. There was no IQ. The amount of times you gave away the ball and Sheffield just came and counted us and put us into trouble. Your work ethic was low today, and I usually defend you on that because other people call you lazy. But today you were lazy. I can't defend you, Tony. I don't. And I love you, boy. I freaking love you. But there's no ways I'm starting. I think you deserve to be dropped. I know lots of people were saying it's time to drop Martial. I was like, 3 more games. And I was thinking Sheffield would be your last chance. I'm going to give you a last chance. Again, if you can't do it against Sheffield, when are you going to do it? So Martial, my boy, it's over for you. It actually is over for you. I will drop you. And the only way you're getting back in this team is if I do play you off the bench as an impact sub. You do something like Cavani has been doing as a sub, You be doing that. Or you learn, or you do something, and take a break. I don't know what Martial needs to do. I don't know. I don't have the answer, and it's very sad to see because he's one of my favorite players. He's probably... Is he? Yeah, I would say he's in my top 5 for Manchester United favorite players. That's how much I love Anthony Martial. So it absolutely kills me. It absolutely breaks my heart that my boy, he was my number 9. He's my number 9, and he's not playing like a number 9. He's playing as if he was I don't know, freaking Mario Balotelli at Liverpool that season. That's how he's been playing. He's been playing like that. So, and usually they think that you are good. Like I said, Malo, that's why I'm giving -2 by the way. No hold up today. Passing shocking, dribbling shocking. Gave away the ball probably a million times. Can't be asked with Martial. Can't finish to save his life. And his confidence is just absolutely gone. And work rate also. So that's even negative. So yeah, That's why I gave it -2, fam. I would rather not have Martial today. I would rather play with 10 men than have Martial today. Worst
To be
player on the
honest, I
pitch for me.
didn't pay much attention to it, but as you say, it's coming back. Yeah, no, I think the hold up wasn't horrible, but you're right, he did lose a couple times. And I think the second half, he just disappeared. Didn't really do much in the game. So, I think -2 was a bit harsh. I'm going to give him a 3.
Oh?
A 3. I thought it was better than Rashford, to be honest. The Rashford's crap.
Yeah, this is probably never something you'll see for again in my life. Is me giving a lower score to Martial than Rashford. Yeah, it's late.
Yeah,
When they both
Wow.
had shit games, I mean. When they
Yeah,
both
they
had shit
did.
games, yeah, that's what I mean. Usually, you know, if Rashford scores Martial shit, I give Rashford a high score. But if they both didn't do anything and I give Rashford a higher score than Martial, oh, you know something went wrong. Oh, you know something went wrong.
yeah, something very much went wrong with Martial, and it's just been waiting for this moment of just well, everything built up to this game where he scored the hat trick and nothing came of it at all. It just looked like he was unproductive. I think lazy was a good way to put it today. Maybe a bit harsh at the same time, but I think it kind of encompasses everything that Anthony Martial was today. Could have been a lot better, and he's just lacking that confidence, just like at the beginning of the season. And until he gets in those goals, I do agree with you. I think he should be played like Cavani right now as that super sub, and they should trade spot places right now because Cavani deserves it overall. He's been scoring more. He's been a lot more
He
consistent.
freaking wants it.
Yeah.
I freaking love when Cavani came on even. I was like, yeah, fair play, Cavani.
Yeah.
Running around, freaking pressing. You and Bruno, they're very similar to them and Bruno.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep to the same standards, and I'm gonna tie it with the Rashford 4.
Yeah, Tony. Why you do this to me, bro? I defended you the whole season for it to come down to this. This is your last chance. And even today, I was just hoping, like, you know what, usually I can defend you because, you know, the reasons I defend you are, you know, they're legit. They're not just out of my ass because I love you. And I always said, if, you know, Bruno had a game like you had today, fam, I would be like, fuck sakes, Bruno, boy, you might not play the next game. If I was manager, you might not play the next game. That's how awful you are.
Don't play us awkward.
Yeah, I'm not
Don't
playing.
play us
Bruno's playing any game. But if hey, Tony, I don't know what it is, boy. Talk to him. DM me. Let me know if things are going on at home. I seen your wife's cooking. It's quite whack. You know, if she's not getting fed well, you know, let me know. You know, let me know if you need a holiday. Come over. You know, you come over. We play some PlayStation. You know, we watch some United. You know, let me know. You know, we'll get through this together. And I do think Martial will be back. I rate the kid. Well, I say kid. You know, the young man. I rate him a lot. I just want him back, to be honest. I don't care about any fucking else. I just want Martial and Greenwood. Well, Greenwood's kind of back, but I want those two back more than ever. Rashford's always like this, on off, on off, on off. You know, but yeah, I want him back. So, judging from those player ratings, you can see why we lost, boys. That says it all. Those player ratings, shocking. And I tell you what, it's reached this point. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not gonna hold back with this next one.
Sure, just
No
remember
way.
something right now.
Yeah.
I want you to remember something that you said. Diallo was not in the starting 11, was not on the bench. Just
Exactly.
remember.
I remember. That was a
Remember.
-2 already. That was a -2 already. If you didn't do that.
I'm just ready.
I ain't holding back for this one, man. I am not gonna hold back. Because this is the reality of the situation. This game says why I'm only out. This whole game. Game.
Maybe I should go first before you guys slack it. Maybe I should.
Maybe
lay
you
down the
could
good
lost. I don't know.
Okay, maybe.
Not the first, you decide.
A light-hearted.
I tell you what, boys, I better not go first. That's all I'm saying.
Do you want to open
Fine,
a
I'll go
door?
first.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I really want to do it now. I really, really want to because I do think he's done very well this season. You can't take that away from him. And to get us in the position we are, no one can do it. Not being backed by the board, and really just having to punch above his weight. But today, it is what it is, you know. And I can't be a hypocrite. I have to call it what it is. And I feel like he was exposed a little today. He really was. And I think you can't really. He's not going to be able to coach. If Telles and Tonzeba aren't good enough, he won't be able to coach them into kind of better players. And especially because we rely on talisman so much. You can't coach them into better players. So what happens is that when you do play inferior players, you do need the rest of the team or the rest of your system to work for you. And we're just not ruthless enough. We're not ruthless enough to be Premier League champions. We don't get behind the defense enough. We don't create enough chances. And yeah, we're asking to do the impossible. We're asking to be perfect defensively. Mourinho tries to do that from time to time, and it's worked for him in the past because he had the John Terrys of this world. But we don't have freaking John Terry on the bench and on the pitch. We will have to play Telles and Tanzero from time to time. And with that, there will be games where we have to rely on how good we are offensively. And that game should definitely be Sheffield United. I said 5-1. I said we're going to win 5-1 today.
Oh yeah,
We lost.
yeah, yeah.
We lost. So yeah, nah, it's not good enough. We need to work on how we move the ball in the final third. And I don't know, defensively, can he improve it tactically? Some people will say yes. Some people will say it's just the players. I'm not sure where I lie there. But I'm not taking anything away from what I think it's been brilliant. And I'm not going to say we're completely out of title race because logically we're not. We're still in second place. And at worst, I think we're going to go to third. But it was a really, really bad performance today. And I'm going to give him a 2.
Yeah.
So that was the good news.
That was the good news. Yeah.
I'm
Ah.
assuming, I have a feeling you guys are going to go to like minus something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure any. I don't.
2.
I'm still
Wow.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have went first.
It was bad.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, clean. Yeah, boy, you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna wrap it up.
I am absolutely stunned. The good news was a 2. Oh.
Wow.
I'm expecting minus something from you guys.
I'm fair. A bit of like the man, but I'm fair.
It was first the top of the league versus bottom of the league and he lost.
Yeah, exactly. That alone could be a -8 in some people's books. Clearly. Okay. So let's run this down from the beginning. I think the lineup was fine.
Mm.
I just don't know why we prioritize playing the right side over the left side, especially when we have a far creative player on the left side and a far deadlier striker as well, and more.
Oh,
experienced
actually,
striker.
sorry. But not, are you sure about that?
I'm not 100% sure. Yes, I do feel like a lot of it was down to to complacency of the players, but he's the manager at the end of the day, so it falls on his head. So I'm gonna give him a 2. How they on?
That's my math isn't right yet, but I might be the good news. Okay, go anywhere. Anyways, go.
Yeah,
go
I feel
on.
like I'm gonna give good news too to everyone. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So yeah, I think just straight up that immediately is why we're focusing down the right hand side more than anything else. The possession-based football, I didn't mind. It was expected against Sheffield. We were going to dominate possession. We were going to press them hard, but it never felt like we were trying to play that fast style of football that we're known for, whether it be on the counter or whether it be when we're just playing fast 1-2s, as simple as that. We weren't playing any kind of fast football in the slightest. We didn't seem to want to beat a defender. We didn't want to play 1-2 and overlap, anything like that. It didn't seem like we were trying to be productive in that right. The most productive player was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I don't know if I've said that. The most productive player was Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the man we've critiqued all season for not being good enough creatively. With the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Greenwood. That's Aaron Wan-Bissaka providing.
That's what you know it said.
Nah, I'm sorry. But that was clearly coached. The players are not just going to naturally dictate the entire game to that right-hand side. That wasn't a natural indication or something. That was Ali saying, play down this right-hand side. Because there's no excuse for that otherwise.
I wonder why though. Like it makes no sense.
It makes no sense to me either, with Alex Telles, a proven assister and goal scorer, down that left-hand side against an open Sheffield.
It never really worked with him and Rashford, you know? They've never really clicked.
But again, they don't have to click to make it work.
Arguably, the same thing could be said about Wan-Bissaka the whole season. It just never works.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It hasn't worked in our season at all.
I just wonder, is it the progression of the game? Is it not being naturally more productive on that side, not leading the players to move?
Why aren't we doing that every week then? That's what I have to say to that. If it's just naturally we're progressing play to the right hand side, fair play, but we're not doing it week in, week out.
No, I'm trying to say that because we had players who were more productive on that side,
But
That's why
we
we were
had.
more willing to move it that side.
So you're telling me Luke Shaw and
Rashford
Alex
and
Telles on paper are not productive on the left-hand side versus each other?
you know,
Because they
I'm
should be
saying
on paper near each other.
I'm saying Shaw and Rashford are very productive. Telles with Rashford are not so productive. And in the game specifically, in the moment, not going into the game, in the moment, I'm wondering. I'm not saying it's how it is. I'm wondering that because it was naturally so productive that side, the players didn't just decide to move it that side naturally. I don't know. Or
I think
subconsciously,
it's
maybe
a bit
that's a
too
better word.
forced. I think it was very forced for it to be a subconscious thing. That's my only issue with that. And again, Ali picked the lineup. You know that they are not productive with each other. They do not have a good partnership yet. Again, anything from playing Anthony Martial left wing and Rashford striker could have happened. Our players are very versatile. They can play those positions. If Oli was dead set on playing Taylor's this game, he knew it was going to happen. And he knew he was not going to play to the left-hand side at all. What was the point in playing Rashford there as well? You could have switched it up. If you wanted to be a Tinkerman, tinker in Sheffield. When else are you going to get the opportunity to? This is bottom of the log. They've scraped, what, one, maybe two
This
wins
is the
at
second
best?
win, by the way, of the season.
Yes,
I
this
just
is the
let you know
second. There you go. Thank you. It was their second win of the entire season.
against
And
top of the log, well, ex-top of the log,
yeah,
Manchester United.
like I get the idea of wanting to play Tellers, but there's a difference between wanting to play it and fitting them into your tactic. Like if you're gonna force it, make it work
It
somehow, and
legit
you keep
seemed
ignoring the
like
problem.
he played
He ignored
Tellers for the
problem.
sake of playing Tellers.
Yeah, that's
There's no,
entirely what it is.
you know the crazy thing. I'm sitting here as a fan. I'm listening to Moloto and I'm listening to Clayton, and I'm just if I was a neutral and I'm there, I'm like I knew nothing about football, and you just listen to us talk about Oli, you're like, this guy is a manager. Like, is this guy really? This is the guy? Is this how the stands of football are?
The thing is, it's worked so far. That's the crazy
Boy,
thing
it
about
works. Consider
it.
he
Worked.
goes and runs. That's all you not go and runs. He does. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's not.
Top of the table.
It's not. No, we're not on the top of the table now.
Well, we're not anymore.
Well, we're not now. So that conversation's dead.
Okay, fair. But then so far, or at least before this game, it has been working and for a majority of
No,
this.
but that's the thing.
And we are still
Same thing
in
could
a-
be said about our top four race. It was working, and then it stopped, and then it worked again, and then it stopped. And that's the whole reason. Remember when I said I was only out, boys? What was the whole reason I was only out?
True.
Because I knew this was going to
True,
happen.
but
I knew he was going
at
to
the
do
end of
this,
the day,
and it's going to fall down.
at the end of the day, we made top four. We made it at the end of the day, and we might still win the league. So, besides you reading into the knit and at the end of the day, it did work. There was progress. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but we're looking at this game in isolation right now. I don't think, even if we weren't on an unbeaten streak of what 16-ish games at this point, even if we weren't at that point, we're losing to Sheffield.
Yeah, we could have lost
Just looking
16
at
games
this
in a
game
row,
alone.
and if we played Sheffield,
No, fair.
I'd be like, no, we're winning.
Yeah, I honestly don't care
I
what
was-
Ali has achieved or not achieved this season. Right now, we're talking about Sheffield, and he's done nothing.
No, I get you. I was just arguing the point where he said that, is this manager really good enough? That was a
Again.
general question.
Hmm.
By making that point, it was generalizing, and I was just looking at it from that point of view.
Yeah, that's fair as well, I guess. But Ali is just, I just like him way too much for this right now. Because when it's working, it feels like it's down to luck, especially this season.
That's the problem. And I don't like saying that. But
I
when
hate
we
it
win,
so
I'm like, fuck, thank God for Bruno.
Yes, it was an undeserved. If we scraped a win today, I would have said it was undeserved.
But I said
I
this, I
100%
started the show
Yeah.
with saying that.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I fully agree. I would have said this game win was undeserved. Even Sheffield somehow shithoused their way to what we normally do. In all honesty, it wasn't the most beautiful football. It
We
wasn't
play like a Stoke. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We try and get results like Stoke.
essentially
It's just
play
we
like
have a
Sheffield.
god tier team. That's
Yeah.
we got a god tier team to shit house results.
We've got a team that can play any tactical style you want, and we're playing like a relegation candidate that doesn't belong in the Premier League. And it's frustrating to watch. And it's frustrating to watch our youth not play whatsoever, even though this man's tearing it up in the bloody
This
training
is all his
facility
words as
week in, week
wow.
out.
That's the thing.
I feel
It's
like-
all his words.
I feel like Ole is not. It's not that he's not doing anything. You know, that's the point. That's the part I don't like. I feel like it's not that he's not doing. He's not doing anything. I just feel like he does enough. You know, he
Yeah,
sets up
so I
tactics
think that's the difference
offensively.
between us though.
Yeah.
I think for Moloto, he
He's
does enough. But for Clear Night,
Yeah.
he doesn't do enough.
Yeah.
I feel like he sets up tactically, offensively, to get the ball enough in the right areas to get enough goals. And he sets it off defensively to do enough. Now, the problem with that is that I feel like once you change one little part, it can all fall apart. So, as Ole says, fine margins, fine margins. I feel like his style does rely too much on fine margins.
Yes,
And
exactly.
that is a problem when you are. It can be a problem when you're challenging for the title. It really can be.
No
And if we
offense.
win games,
Yeah.
I won't say anything about it because we won, and we might
No,
we might
like I
win
said,
and
if
go all,
Ali makes
all the
top
way.
4 this season, I'm still gonna give him
Gold
at the,
match, yeah.
the season thing. I'm gonna slate him for it because he got knocked out Champions League, all that stuff. But I'll be like, you know, fair play, Ali. In terms of the league goal, you did what I wanted you to do. You know, that's it for me. It's just, you know.
And the only reason I defend it is because I don't think it's outright it can't work. It is much harder. It's much more nerve-wracking, but I don't think it can't work completely. So that's why I defend it.
Yeah. One thing I dislike about Ali is just look at City right now. City are going through a crisis of injuries
Wow,
with Kevin
you
De
never
Bruyne
say
out
they're going through a crisis, would
right
you?
now. Well, no, you wouldn't after thumping West Brom 5-0. You really wouldn't. Kevin De Bruyne, the main assister.
And West Brom are actually on paper
scorer.
a way better team than Sheffield.
Yes.
Well,
definitely.
I don't say way, but let's just say better. Team.
So my issue with that comparison right now is where I'm going with this comparison is Oli is not good enough when somebody is not in the starting lineup to win a game. He's as soon as one person's out, the whole piece falls apart. Everything's
if
broken.
he doesn't have his team,
struggle completely.
it's collapsing. It is collapsing.
Yeah, it feels like he's very reliant on certain players to make big things happen, and that's down to this whole thing of luck once again that we've been saying. It feels like it's just crumbling down time and time again when just one person isn't on this field, and it's very frustrating to watch. But yeah, his subs were also just why?
Aye.
Why? There were better candidates to take off. There were better candidates to put on, arguably, at stages. But it wasn't the end of the world. I don't know why the Luke Shaw happened. I'd rather just leave him for 10 minutes. What's the point in that? I don't see any productiveness coming from that. Personally, the Donny for Tonzebe, was it?
Learning for Tanzania.
What? Why? What if we get counted?
He's
They're gonna
violating.
put
He's
another
violating
one
Donny,
past us, 'cause
we
it's
all
just
know.
Maguire.
We just know he's violating Donny. We just know.
Yeah, I know. It feels like he's trying to make Donny do something to win us this
Look,
game.
I didn't. Yeah, no, I
He must
kind
have
of
wanted
agree
that,
and don't
though.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree with it being so late, but I agree that we needed something, so I might as well throw the kitchen sink, you know?
Yeah, but there's other ways to throw the kitchen sink, admittedly. Like, Greenwood could have stayed on for the game. Marshall
Greenwood
could
should
have
have
gone
stayed
off
on.
early.
Greenwood should have stayed on.
There are ways to throw the kitchen sink that don't require so much surgery and chopping and changing and throwing Matic all the way at the back just to try and cover for a defender that isn't there right now. I feel like there's better ways to go about it, to say the least. I would have rather seen Juan Mata come on just for a midfielder than anything else, you know? I would have rather seen that happen than us bringing on Luke Shaw for 10 minutes and him ultimately getting nothing done as expected. Something like that is very frustrating for me to watch. And I know Shawnee feels the same with the subs, and it's just very frustrating to say the least. So yeah, since Moloto's clearly being the generous one, I'm just going to tie him with it too.
Okay. That's two. Right, I'm gonna make this quick because the show's gone on. I'll make this quick. I think Clay and Moloto covered a lot, and obviously I've had my say in between. As all things, you start with 10. You start with 10 maximum points as a manager. I said before the game, if Diallo is at least not even on the bench, that's a -2. Right. 8. Concede from a corner again. And we're averaging conceding 2 goals a game. That right? So because we're averaging conceding 2 goals a game, how about I average minusing 2 of your points, right? That's 6. Right? That's 6. Then you picked the right team. Fair play. You picked the right team. I can't select you that. You lost to Sheffield. We were on top of the league. We were bottom of the league. I don't care what form when you beat Sheffield. That's -2. Alright, you're on 4. You're on 4 now. But this is the. Hey, it's crucial. It's crucial. Then you get your subs. And your subs are awful. Your one sub was good, Cavani, right? That was a good sub. That's fair play. Then your next 2, I agree with who came on. The time I didn't agree on was awful. So that was 2 bad subs. So -2. Oh, you're on a 2 now. Okay. Now it's about whether I be generous or not. I'm not. I'm going to be a bit generous. I'm gonna minus only one. I'm only gonna minus one because I told you so. And I knew this was gonna happen, and that's exactly why I'm only out, because this fucking thing always happens. Always happens. You can go win the next 15 games, call me when the 16th game, and then we bottled either a semi-final, a Champions League, or something. Because it'll be that game. That game will be the day we bottle. We can never see out anything in our life, and we just cannot beat lower teams. I don't like the style. I mean, it's been working, like Malote says. I just don't like it. I want to be like a City fan. I want to sit back. I'll be like, we were playing Sheffield. I want to sit back, watch my teams easily smoke 3-0. Even with the B team, we should smoke them 3-0. And I want to be stressed. So, Ali, boy, it can't get worse than that. That is one for me. So, and I leave it at that. I've been consistent with it. I'm not going to say I've been waiting for this, because I don't wait for Oli to fail. I don't wait him to fail. I wish he lifts the league. I wish, if he lifts the league, I'm throwing egg up in the sky. I'm catching it with my face on the video, right? If he does that, I would love to do it. I have egg all over my face. I'll throw 2 eggs, and I'll gladly clap it in my face myself. I'll do it. You know what I mean? But it's not gonna happen, and I'm very confident it's not gonna happen. But prove me wrong, like I say, by all means. I never want us to lose or anything like that. So I'll leave it at that, Bruce. Is there anything else you guys want to say?
Yeah, bad start to the run. So I just like him to do what he does. Lose the worst of the worst, the one he wasn't supposed to lose, and then win the hard ones. Hopefully.
Yeah. That's actually a good question. When are we playing Arsenal?
3 days.
Next.
Well, which
30th.
day? Which day? 30th.
Yeah, 30th. It's trying to bring up calendar quick. Saturday, we're playing Saturday.
So you're playing
We
Saturday.
need either.
So a preview will be our next show, and it'll be like preview will be technically to the same day this comes out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So preview will be later today. By the time this video comes out, you'll watch it. It'll probably be, I don't know when, but it'll be out the same day. So stay tuned for that. I think we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe, smash a like. Comment down below. There were lots of interesting talking points. As always, when we lose as United, this is probably the shows that do the most well, is when we lose. So it is what it is. And from Clay, myself, we will check you in the next one.